Hello, amazing EC Mason family. We are now going to go over our identification and assessment of gifted and talented students presentation. Defined, gifted and talented students means a child or youth who performs at or shows the potential for performing at a remarkably high level of accomplishment when compared to others of the same age, experience, or environment, and who exhibits high performance capability in an intellectual, creative, or artistic way, possesses an unusual capacity for leadership, or excels in a specific academic field as defined by the TEA. So now I'm going to pause the video for a few moments. I want you to look over what a bright child is versus a gifted child. So bright children, they know the answers, where the gifted child is that one that's asking all those questions. The bright child is interested, where that gifted child, again, is highly curious. Bright child is attentive, where the gifted child is mentally and physically involved. The bright child has good ideas, where that gifted child has those wild, silly, crazy ideas sometimes. A bright child works hard, where a gifted plays around yet tests really well. A bright child needs 6 to 8 repetitions, where a gifted child only needs 1 or 2 for mastery. A bright child understands ideas, where the gifted child constructs abstractions from that. A bright child will grasp the meaning of something, where the gifted child is drawing inferences. A bright child completes assignments, where the gifted child initiates projects and might not complete your assignments. A bright child is receptive, where that gifted child is that really intense child. The bright child absorbs information, where the gifted child will take that information and manipulate it into different things. A bright child is like a technician, where the gifted child is that inventor. They sit there and they tinker around with it, and they go, oh, I wonder what would happen if I do this and if I do that, or I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to try something new. I think it'll work better this way. A bright child is pleased with their own learning, where a gifted child is very intense and self-critical about their learning. So the purpose of the GT program: to meet the needs of the GT students through providing appropriate instruction for gifted and talented students in Alvin ISD. So basically this is saying, what do I do when I pull the kids out of your class? I have a curriculum that I must follow that supports their cognitive and academic needs, their social and emotional needs, and it applies the Texas State Plan for the gifted and talented. Now let's talk about the identification and assessment process through grades 1 through 5. I have some attachments that you'll be looking at and responding to. 1, we have our referral, so a teacher, a parent, or the student themselves. Students are given an abilities test. Teacher completes a hope scale. Students complete a portfolio. That's in kindergarten. If scores are 95% or higher on the abilities test, verbal, quantitative, or nonverbal, students will take an intellectual assessment. Okay, that's our COGAT. In order to qualify, students must meet a minimum requirements. The GT committee, consisting of an administrator, a counselor, myself, and a teacher, will review all the information that we get from all the testing, and we will determine whether or not they will be accepted into our GT program. And you'll see that on the student profile sheet. So this is the student profile sheet. It's orange in their permanent folder. And here it talks about their abilities test. It tells you what they scored on their COGAT and if they qualified. Here is where they qualified to be screened in the first place and whether they're being admitted or not. And then the signatures of everyone in the committee. This is the rating scale that you guys are going to fill out when you refer a student or a student is referred. And I really want you guys, when you fill out this form, to take your time and really look at it and really think of the student as a whole, not today or just this week. Look at what they've done over the span of the time, because we'll be sending these things out in the spring. So you just go through here and then you mark it out. You should be getting a digital request for this rating when you have a student that is going to be screened. Kindergarten, what I'm doing right now, all kindergarten students are screened during the fall semester. The Campus Advanced Academic Specialist completes activities and completes Kinder Screening Instrument with students. Top 20% are referred for GT testing. Grades 1 through 5, the referrals are taken year-round. So at any point when you recognize a student that you're like, I'm not sure, I think this kid might be GT, you refer, send me an email, let me know, and I will start the process. The referrals are due by March 1st. Because the assessments occur in the spring. The big idea here is just watch your students. If you see the possibility of a student being gifted, just refer them. We'll go through the process, see if they need to be screened. Worst case scenario, that they don't qualify. Best case scenario, we've caught a student that we've missed. And now we can really support that child and help them grow socially, emotionally, and in their giftedness. Thank you for participating in the presentation. Have a great day, guys.